stream never went live. The vertical stream's so annoying. If you hit go live and then you click off it, it doesn't go live. You have to sit with it on the monitor. But I felt like I did. YouTube's got some really weird quirks to it that it could do with sorting out. If you click go live, it should just go live. It shouldn't then hang if you click into a different window. So that's not been live for the past half an hour, which is annoying. Alas, which is live. We're up to 12% of the goal for the day. Thank you very much, McGee and Doku. There we go. Excellent. Let me have a drink of water. I've been busy all day so far today, and now doing the stream. And then once I'm in the stream, I've got to tidy up the house and everything because Emily's back from her holiday tomorrow. I got a full day, everybody. A full day. There we go. Next one on the list.
We have taken objective Duff.
Horsey down. Double horsey down. I am the horse slayer.
Yaralarım var. Tedavi edebilirim. Yaralarını tedavi edin. Sis bombası onlara. Yaralısın. Yardım edebilirim. Düşman makinalı tüfeği görüldü. Yaralarını tedavi etmemi ister misin?
Oh god, this map. Do you know what? The thing is, we're at a point where we're saying, oh god, this map for most of the maps. I think it's high time that everyone realized that the average map design in Battlefield is not very good. There are significant issues with the majority of the maps that get released in Battlefield, and I hope that is remedied in the next one. You think about it. How many maps aren't either big open nonsense or super compacted, sit in a hallway, you know, or in a corner blasting people in the water around the corner, or a complete spawn trap? Not many of them, right? There's not many. I would say Argon and Amiens are pretty decent maps, although they can end in spawn traps because they're not circular. And I think if you're going to have maps that can be played on Conquest, that's miles away from me, dude. They should be circular so that you can have spawn locations to escape spawn traps. And the individual spawn locations have tertiary spawns that are further out. So you've always got a way out rather than there being a spawn trap. Spawn trap should not be a thing in Conquest. It should never be in any way linear. And you should have the variety of terrain and the lanes and angles and cover that you can utilize in something like Amiens. Like, if you want, take a big open map, name any big open map in this game, and just add enough cover and lanes and angles and things that you can traverse it properly. Put a couple villages in each of the big ones, etc. Have flags around the map as well as within it. Not too many, but don't just have one there, and then stuff in the middle, because the spawn trap ruins the whole experience of Conquest. Anyway, that's my mantra for map design. And I think that would avoid a lot of the terrible maps that we do see. Been playing some Splitgate 2 and it's really fun. It had a bad launch day, but now it's fun. It went 4-2-1 on my first game and only died because I blew myself up. Are there, like, great stuff, Jack? That's awesome. Are there bots when you first start playing or nah? I'm trying to remember if there were on the first Splitgate. Congrats, man. I'm glad you're having fun on it, mate. That's awesome. I'm glad they've started to get a handle on it. Are there any cheating issues yet that people are aware of? Exactly, Doku, exactly. I don't share the server, dude, because of stream sniping, but welcome to the stream. Alright, both my deaths so far to the tank. One at the back of here, see what we can do. I'm sure the first couple rounds didn't connect. Becoming a regular occurrence. Becoming a regular occurrence. Has been a regular occurrence for a very long time. And that's not a spread. That's literally just the bullets not connecting. No, open the window. Bro, I didn't do... Thank you. Jesus. Now remember guys, if you are avid viewers of the stream, I will not be streaming this coming Thursday or Friday. And a week today, I start my my away time for Japan, so I then won't stream for 8 or 9 days. So, just so you know, the time period where I'm not around as much is approaching.
Aha, sana bir sıhhi yardım çağır.
Yay! 3 deaths all to the tank so far. Great stuff. I wonder if any of our assault players could maybe try and take it down. That'd be good, wouldn't it? Hello, Mr. Dogwalk. I appreciate it, mate. Thank you, pal. Okay, Jack. Well, that sounds positive so far, mate. We'll see how long that lasts for. Hopefully a long time. Can you see it being a game with decent longevity, or will it be just like a brief hype period and then die off? I don't really know what happened with the first Splitgate, to be honest, in terms of player base. It obviously did well enough that it got a follow-up.
Kapısı var şurada.
We have lost objective Edward.
But there is a cross-play option, so if cheating does get bad, it's fine. What, is in turning it off, you mean? Now that is probably spread. Which is fine. I don't mind that. I'm not a spread hater.
We have taken objective Edward.
Oh. And I thought you wouldn't be able to hit me then. Can you get the revive? At least it's a death that's not to the vehicle, man. It's first one of the round. Should be able to get revived by a soggy airplane here. No, alright. Good. Let me guess, we're on the weak team again. All rounds so far on the weak team. Wonder if this will be a spawn trap again, everybody. You look forward to that? I bet you are. When this ends in a spawn trap, you have to all celebrate wildly, okay? Yay, another spawn trap! That's why we tune into this. We love seeing spawn traps. It's the best. Soggy airplane, I'm relying on you here, pal. You're level 93. I mean, realistically, should have a decent ability to use the medic class. Looks like you're not even trying to come over here. Even though I'm in relative cover. Just sitting still. You gonna come over, soggy airplane? That's a no. Good stuff. I remember Spell Break. I actually did a video on Spell Break. I'm alright. I am okay with spread, but it's way too nuanced a conversation to go through here because it takes too long. But I am actually alright with spread, as long as it's not too extreme and it's something that can be mitigated by mechanics or using guns at the right range. The problem I'm starting to talk about, and I said I wouldn't. The problem with just relying solely on recoil is that in order to then have differences between the weapons and have some things just be not completely oppressive, you have to have recoil that at a certain point with certain guns just makes it completely unfun. So it makes it either so that they're horrible to use or people just don't use them at all. If you have spread, you highly incentivize people using the guns at the right ranges and learning the mechanics of them. But regardless, recoil or spread, all good. I just want the bullets to actually land when they do connect, rather than seeing them just go through people because of connection. Because, yeah, fun. Well, I wonder if that's as far as we're going to get on this map here. This is probably where the trap begins and we cannot move out. Because, again, linear map design, big open areas, and the bad team again. I see something there's got to hit, man. At least one, right? That can't just all be spread. I feel like we watched one round go right down the middle towards the guy and just not connect. I refuse to believe that is all the spread.
We have lost objective Edward.
100% Doku. It should be the core of the game, and it's why I disagree with the implementation of lag compensation. What do you think of advanced movement in a new BF game, like diving, sliding, and stuff? I think it's good. Bigger skill ceiling is always mostly a good thing unless you're a Redditor. I think there's a happy middle ground that should be aimed for. I also think the term advanced movement is being used now in a completely non-specific fashion. I don't consider a little slide, a little jump, you know, a crawl, stuff like that. Whatever, dude. I don't consider that advanced movement.
We are losing objective Dove.
I am fine with anything that, by my definition in Battlefield, anything that I don't think fits advanced movement, I think is fine, as long as it is relatively reined in. For example, I think the slide in BF5 was intended to be just a normal slide, but actually verged on advanced movement because the slide was stupid. You could slide, you could then cancel the slide, you could slide forwards and then have it go backwards and side slide. I openly think, even as someone that likes to use movement, I think that was dumb, and I don't want to see that come back. But I think having a little slide and a little bit of a jump and the ability to peek a corner and stuff like that, I think that's completely fine, dude. It's absolutely fine. That sort of thing, I think, would actually help this game a little bit. As much as some people will hate to hear that, I think at least in its current state, by the way, the spawn chat happens, yay, wonderful experience. Not in any way, shape, or form shit to go through this for the opening hour of the stream. I actually think it would help this game at this point, because this game, the way this game works, it all comes down to your usage of mechanics when it comes to the weapons and positioning, right? Because there's really no movement tech in the game. But with that being the case, now, because that's all it comes down to, a lot of the gunfights now are just handled by the ping, right? They have terrible connection issues. If there was some form of movement advantage, movement ability in place, at least it could mitigate that to at least a small degree. And I'm not asking for super soldiers. This was something that people rallied against when I mentioned it in my review of the game last year, not this year, but last year. When I said that the movement was dated and clunky and didn't work very well, and I would like to see that not be the case, a lot of people thought I was saying, I want advanced movement. Obviously, I don't. I don't want advanced movement in a World War I game. What I want is the ability for basic human movement. To not have it feel completely clunky, to not be forced to lie down when I'm trying to climb things or be thrown off ladders. And to not be locked in entirely to, this is the mechanic of this weapon, and this is your positioning. This is the only thing that matters. So yeah, a happy middle ground for me in Battlefield I think is great. I don't think we want advanced movement, and I don't want super clunky, simplistic movement to the point where it doesn't even matter. A happy middle ground is excellent, and if they get that right with the next one, I'll be happy. I think people are scared of more skill disparity than just aiming and positioning. I think so, and some people don't like it, but you have to find a middle ground for things. Look at it this way. Look at it this way. At this point in time, with where we are with FPS games at this stage, right? If we took only the opinion of the players that are super movement driven and don't care about any grounding in reality, and they just want crazy, crazy movement, and they implemented that, that would piss off all the people that don't want any movement abilities, right? That goes without saying. Now imagine they also only then listen to, on the flip side, the people that don't want any movement abilities at all. They don't like that you can slide a little bit. They don't think you should be able to crouch in the middle of a fight. They don't think you should fire a weapon after a jump or anything along those lines. Okay, that experience for most people is going to suck. At this point, it's 9 years on from this game. We've come so far now in the expectations. That will suck for most players, especially the people that want movement abilities, but even a lot of people in the middle ground. If you hit the middle ground where you've got reasonably reined in movement abilities, but that can be utilized in a certain way by high-skilled players to not get extreme results, but get results that do reward them for their movement ability, but can be ignored by some players if they want to because they're not super powerful, that is the right middle ground to hit. That is where you want it to be. And that would please me massively, and we keep the majority of people happy, would still feel like Battlefield, and wouldn't have us playing the game as if it's 2016 still. So there you go, Jack. That's my opinion on advanced movement. What's the next question? Or challenge? I'll take a challenge. Short day today. I've only got about an hour before I stop because I've got things to do. So make a huge deal out of any support or challenges, everybody. We're very likely to have a very low day today. So lots of emojis if we get anything through, all right? Thank you very much. I probably will be here tomorrow for day 22 as well. Lol, what is life? It's about making features for people like us and for people who get on BF for an hour after work 3 times a week. Exactly. And it is possible to do both. I really wish it hadn't cancelled that. There we go. Like there. Some people wouldn't even like that, by the way. Some people wouldn't even like that. Which is up to them, but I think that has a place in an FPS game like this. Keep in mind, you can't fire the gun until you completed the jump. And you absolutely, a normal human being, can do that. There's nothing advanced about that. You can do that. That is a thing. I have no problem with that being a thing. Did it allow me to kill that guy? Yes. Is that some form of skill expression? Yes. Is it completely insane and something that your average player can't grasp? No. Not even a little bit. Not even a little bit. Oh, Doku, thank you, man. Yeah, Doku, great, thank you, we'll do, man. Doku, excellent, mate. Another challenge from Doku, everybody, what a guy. Yeah, no worries, we'll do that. Switch gun every death, no problem at all. Thank you, my friend. Excellent. Big love Doku, please, everybody. We'll do that next. Brilliant stuff, mate. Do you use a sniper? I've not seen it if you do. I used to. There was a period of time where people were subscribing to me because I used a sniper rifle. For a little while, I was the dude that sniped on Battlefield, even though it wasn't designed for it. I did some... This is a long time ago. A long time ago. I did some stuff on how to quickscope, how to drag scope, how to no-scope, all that stuff. It's been a really long time. I don't do it anymore. I would be terrible at all that stuff now. And it requires way too much effort and way too much practice. For me to want to do it, especially on stream on a 9-year-old game. So no, I very rarely snipe now. I do occasionally pull one out, but I use it in a pretty conventional fashion now. But I used to use them a lot. A long time ago. Yes, Jack. Exactly. And it is why we need to alter this definition of advanced. Like, again, people are just using advanced for everything. As you put it, fluid, satisfying, intuitive movement does not have to be advanced movement. And in Battlefield, I don't think it should be advanced movement, but it can be fluid and intuitive and have some form of skill expression to it.
We have lost objective apples.
A couple of years ago, you think? No, way back, mate. I'm talking 8-9 years ago. Hey, what's up, Under? How you doing? How long are you doing the streak for? The longest it will go to is 25 days because I am not home. Thursday and Friday, I won't be here. I literally won't be able to stream. So the streak will end either at or before the 25-day mark. But yeah, this is the thing. I see it stated a lot that people don't want the opinion of the very bottom of the skill range, let's say, and a lot of people don't want the opinion of the top 1%, right? They're like, no, they shouldn't build the game around the top 1%. And I agree with a caveat. You shouldn't build the game around the top 1%, and you shouldn't build the game around the bottom 1 to 10%, unless the top 1% or the top 1 to 10% advise you based on things that aren't solely important to them. A top 1% player can, won't always, not all of them, not across the board, but some, let's say, but it is possible for a top 1% player to advise on this game in a way that isn't solely in the best interest of the top 1%. As long as they are knowledgeable and they know what will work for the casual player, for the vast middle ground, you know, the middle 90%, let's say, that is a good person to listen to. You should also, though, get the opinions of the rest of the skill expression range or the skill ability range, and you just need to filter out whatever is good and whatever is bad. I think a lot of the time within Battlefield, and probably gaming in general, but certainly within the Battlefield community, there's a lot of black and white. There's no room for grey. It's good, bad. It's this person knows, this person doesn't know. It's this thing is good, this thing is bad, etc. I think if we do away with that, we can make a lot more progress and have a lot less, have a lot less disagreements going on as well. And overall, as long as we're listened to, you get a better game. Like, for example, you know the big talking point at the minute with the weapons not being locked? Currently, that's the plan for the classes for the next Battlefield. I'm doing Doku's challenge here, by the way. I've not updated the percentage, but I will do. I think the weapons should be locked behind classes. I think that is Battlefield. I think that is easier to balance. I think it allows for a lot of nuance, etc., blah, blah, blah. I think you also need to listen to the people that want weapons to be available for every class. And even though I don't think that should be a thing that they do, find out why. And when you find out why they want that, work out what can be done, what middle ground can be found to try to provide some aspect of what they're looking for, or fix whatever problem they think exists. So I do think the right thing to do is to lock the weapons. I think that is the sensible thing for the game. But I think there are probably other little bits and pieces you can do that then provide a better experience for those that disagree as well.
Enemy artillery sighted.
And overall, just make the best decision for the game as a whole. Did he jump off? He did. Top 1% players most of the time have more knowledge of game systems and gameplay, which is why their input is important. It is important. It is very important. But, and I say this as someone that at least was in the top 1% before streaming and connection issues and all that blah, blah, blah. It depends on the person, and it depends on their motives, and it depends how they view things. Because a top 1% player will like certain things, but some of those things aren't necessarily good for the wider player base. So as long as they are understanding of the systems, keep in mind what is better for the game rather than just for them, then yeah, absolutely. And also, there's probably lots of very average players that also have a very good grasp of the mechanics of the game and the nuance of the game, and can advise as well, as long as they also keep themselves open to what is going to be beneficial for overall the full skill range. I do think it's probably a lot more difficult for the lower end of the bracket. I don't think it's impossible for someone at the lower end of the bracket to know what they're talking about, but it's definitely less likely. You know, for the bottom 1 to 10% for obvious reasons, but I'm sure it's possible for someone just to be mechanically very unskilled, but still understand how the game works and what will make the game run well. and what will allow for skill expression, it's just a lot less likely. Renato, welcome to the stream. How are we doing? Do you prefer BF1 over BF5? I do. I don't actually like BF1 anymore due to things I talk about very often, but I do think it's a better game than BF5. How the server's holding up on player count. There's not that many people playing, but you can always find games. But the problem with that is how the game handles poor ping. So lag or latency compensation. So it's a huge issue now, unfortunately. But you can still find games, mate. Yeah, no problem. Sorry for missing any questions, guys. I didn't like Advanced Warfare. Sorry, I know that's just come up in the chat. This thing, everyone's welcome to their opinion. I didn't like Advanced Warfare. And I found that my problem with Advanced Warfare, or one of my problems with Advanced Warfare, probably my main problem with Advanced Warfare, was that the advanced movement in a game of that fashion meant that it felt like there was no flow to the maps for me at all. It made everything seem so much more random, and I just didn't enjoy that at all. It wasn't the actual movement abilities and what you could do with them in a fight. I wasn't super into it, but like, so be it. They tried it, fine. It's all right for 1 year. But the way it made the maps flow, I felt was horrible, because there basically was no flow. People could move around so quickly. It was possible to break the enemy lines and get somewhere completely random that you wouldn't expect someone to be. And when everyone has that capacity to do that within the lobby, it just felt terrible to me.
We have lost objective Duff.
For me, the wise, because I often feel Scout/Recon class has less impact on the game than the other classes, but I love using the sniper. If they make Scout feel impactful, it's fine. And I think that's the key. I actually think that's the key. That would be my answer. You know what? I'll go through the classes each time I die. Let's do it that way. That would be my answer, honestly. I don't think the solution for that problem is making all the weapons available for all the classes. Because at the end of the day, is a Scout or a Recon or whatever really a Scout or a Recon with an SMG? I mean, it doesn't fit. I think the answer is just to make sure all the classes have decent impact. That's better. And also this concept of, I've seen the argument bandied around of, well, you know, it needs to be this way so that, you know, there's enough of each class on the battlefield, blah, 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 blah. Do we actually feel like, whenever you're playing Battlefield, that we're having a significant amount of rounds where there's no one playing Scout or no one playing Support? That guy just appeared there. That guy just appeared there. You guys see that? That's garbage. That is terrible. That is what 111 ping will do. There you go. Sorry, that's a perfect example of what I was talking about a minute ago, mate. That's the connection issue. That's the ping problem. That is why I say this is trash now. And that is why it's worse on Xbox, because there's more people running around with a bad connection. That is garbage. I don't think we are having a statistically significant amount of rounds where we don't have that many supports or that many scouts or medics or whatever. I just don't. I really, truly don't. I mean, you look through this now. This is a game with locked weapons. I see scout, I see support. I see scout, I see assault. I see scout, support, medic, I see another support, I see a scout. I see a medic, I see a scout, I see medic, I see assault, I see medic, I see assault, I see medic, I see support, I see scout. Like, it's not a thing. I think it's trying to solve a problem that doesn't really exist.
We have lost objective George.
I truly, oh, sorry, I didn't change weapon, I was too busy, sorry, mate. I think it's trying to solve a problem that doesn't exist, and in trying to solve a problem that doesn't really exist, we're causing another problem. I just think there's no need for it. But again, if we can find some form of middle ground, cool. Let's utilize that middle ground. As long as the weapons in their classical form, let's say, you know, the core weapons that we associate with each class are locked behind each class, fine. Let's see what we can implement that sort of draws in more people into enjoying the system then. Where did he come from? The game didn't show him as being there, and then the server caught up, and so suddenly put him there from our perspective. That's the sort of thing I'm talking about. That's exactly the problem. So if you're... Think of it this way, right? if we're seeing that guy suddenly zoom into existence next to us, how often are we having gunfights where the bullets just don't connect, but it's not as obvious? Because it's not as obvious a thing to actually see. We don't recognize that it's a thing unless you're extremely experienced with the gunfights and you know when your bullets should be landing and how many bullets it takes to kill someone and so on. There's stuff like that is happening all the time. Do you have high hopes for the next Battlefield game? Will it flop and be as bad as 2042? I am cautiously optimistic for it. I don't know exactly how it will go, but I would go as close as possible to guaranteeing, without saying I guarantee it, that it will not be as bad as 2042. I think it's borderline impossible to release one that does as badly as Battlefield 2042. I think anything we get will almost certainly be an improvement. I honestly think you would have to actively try to produce a terrible game to make something worse or as bad as 2042. So from that perspective, I'm excited for the next one. The solution is making each class good, fun, and impactful. Yeah, it's very hard. Yeah, sure. But that's game design, right? That's, you know, that's what we're trying to do. There are plenty of games out there with class-based systems and stuff where they achieve it. So why not in Battlefield? How long has Battlefield been a thing for? Like, I don't think it's beyond the realms of possibility that can be done. I actually also don't think it's particularly terrible now, honestly, in the Battlefields that we have. But yeah, it can be improved upon in that regard, so that all of them feel impactful and whatnot. But I don't think it's a huge problem at this point. And I don't think, as I said, I don't think we have this thing that some people are saying where we have classes not being utilized. I think all the classes are utilized pretty well across Battlefields in general. So yeah, I return to my previous point. I think it's trying to solve a problem that doesn't really exist and therefore creating another problem that is completely unnecessary. And we can see from the fallout of the information coming out so far from the general Battlefield populace, although it is only the hardcore at the minute, because obviously the casual player base probably isn't even aware of this stuff at the moment. Nice and slow, teammate. That it would have been just easier just not to even have it be a thing in the first place. If they'd come out and just said, look, we have classes in the traditional form, everyone would have been like, all right, cool. It wouldn't even be a talking point. Like, all right. And you could have just focused on all the other aspects of the game. Right? You see where I'm coming from? If it just hadn't have even been suggested, it wouldn't have even been a talking point. Everyone would have just focused on the overall quality of the game when it comes out and whether they like it.
We have lost objective Charlie.
We've got to capture the objective.
That being said, I think it's entirely possible for the next Battlefield to do well, be a good game, and, you know, be successful regardless of which direction they decide to go in with the classes. I just think one option is a lot better than the other one. But as I have said with BF5, as I said with BF 2042, etc., whenever people bring up these, you know, hot button topics or whatever, it's a little less important than people think it is. The key thing is just have the game be good at its core. If the game is good at its core, it'll do alright regardless. But it's a damn sight easier to have the game do well if you've actually nailed this stuff to begin with. I honest to God thought I saw a person down there and I think it was smoke, and then I got shot in the back. I think it was just smoke. The hovercross climbing building thing was actually fixed very quickly. It's not that case. It's not the case now, just so we're aware. But I mean, there was a lot wrong with 2042, honestly. I thought it was just a terrible game at its core. Very confused game. No idea what it really wanted to be. Hello, Jacob. Welcome to the Twitch. Sorry, which one are you on? Welcome to the Instagram stream, dude. Thanks for tuning in. Guys, remember, subscribing or following, depending on where you are, is free. If you want to join the community, you're more than welcome. Fresh Battlefield content every day. Well, not fresh as such, 'cause we're on BF1, but you know what I mean. That's not worth it to me right now. Oh, no, that is a flame trooper. Hold on, how far away are you, my guy? Steve, that seemed very far away. He had to climb out of that trench and I was already running away and he still hit me? Steve, that was friggin' miles, mate. I swear that was too far away. I've played this game a hell of a lot. That seemed very, very far away. Steve got the super mega version. That's insane. Ain't no way that reached you. That's what I'm saying. Didn't that seem unbelievable? Considering he was in the trench and I turned and ran away and he had to climb out of the trench and we know how long that takes. I should have had serious ground on him there. I feel like that was way too far away. Bloody hell. This round was going alright to begin with. I already complained about this map earlier on, so I won't do it now. But it is terrible. Alright, there you go. That's enough. Hey, Matt Cantu. Welcome back, mate. I'm okay. How are you, man? Thanks for tuning in. You having a good day, dude?
Need spare ammo. Nothing to
My guy, are we ignoring the minimap over here? I missed him. What the frick? Oh, for the love of God, dude. Gotta hit this map. Dip-a-dip-doo. At least you're on the winning team this round. I mean, I guess things change for today, doesn't it? That's true. At least it's something. You bought 2042? Oh yeah, how's that gone for you? Al or AL, welcome to the stream, dude. Oh, welcome to the community, sorry. Thanks for the subscription, mate. Welcome to the community. Maybe I'm wrong, but I feel like in BF1 Assault is used more than the other classes, the exception being in large open maps. But I feel like most of the maps in BF1 are large and open. I think the key point is, I couldn't tell you which class is the most used class in BF1. I would wager it's Medic, because I think the Medic class probably fits the overall map design the best. But I couldn't say it with any kind of certainty. I think that's a really important point. If there's clearly not enough of a disparity for it to be completely evident, then the problem can't be that bad. Right? Like, can you tell how often you guys sit and play BF1 or BF5 or 4 or whatever and go, oh, I got killed by another blah blah blah, oh my god, that not that often, right? It's not like you've got one class overrunning all the maps all the time. Again, I don't think it's a significant problem. I think it's trying to fix a problem that doesn't exist. This idea that some of the classes just aren't used is wild to me. Which is, by the way, is not what Renato is saying. I'm just talking from a general standpoint.
We have taken objective butter.
I really do understand a lot of the hate he receives, however, I do find value and have some fun playing it. That's alright, that's fine. That's fine, dude. All good. If you're enjoying 2042, that's good. I mean, you bought it, so I'm glad you're having fun with it. It's a concept we've said before. I've died so much in this round. A concept we've said, or we've talked about before on this channel, a lot, and in this stream, is that it is perfectly reasonable to enjoy something, even if you think it's not that good. That is fine. In fact, it's always refreshing when we get people that do like something that most of us dislike, and they go, yeah, I actually kind of enjoy this, but I do understand why people don't like it. It's like, cool, that's great. That's critical thinking. We like critical thinking. Critical thinking can be separate from enjoyment.
There, first aid for you. I'll fix those wounds. You're injured, I can help.
We are losing objective Charlie.
Oh, hell yeah, Alex. All good, man. Hold on. When's Father's Day? Anyway, all good, dude. No worries, man. Thanks for coming and saying hello.
We have
2042 is a decent FPS, but it's not a good basketball game. That makes sense. That's fine. You're welcome to your opinion. I actually don't think 2042 is a good FPS game either, but I know what you're saying. I understand where you're coming from. First round went through him, I think. Where's this guy? Excellent dice. All right, there's another one that just wasn't there, and then it shows where he is once we've died. That's brilliant. Good stuff. You better have bad ping, otherwise there's no excuse for that. Where are we? Where are you, my guy? 154 ping. Yeah, there you go. Excellent.
objective Charlie.
I get killed by SMG08 guys all the time. They never use another gun. I mean, some people. But I think the SMG08 is a little too strong. I do agree, but I don't. It's not like I'm certainly not running into it constantly. I mean, I'm definitely not. But let's look at that. Let's look at that as an example, though. Let's say the SMG08 was twice as good as it already is, right? Let's theory craft this. Say the SMG08 was twice as good as it already is. Or you know, or look at it as just as good as it is now. If you're someone that thinks that everyone uses it, you know, on the assault class, cool. Let's look at it that way if you want. Do we actually solve a problem by having the weapon be available on all the classes? Or do we just create another potentially bigger problem? I think we create another potentially bigger problem. Because now, people are going to utilize that weapon, if it is super mega overpowered, this hypothetical weapon, let's say, that's super overpowered. Gotta hit this map. Everyone's going to use that, right? Or a lot of people are going to use that. And now they're going to go, okay, which class is the best class? Which often ends up being, if they're thinking this way, which class is the most selfish class, the one that just benefits me the most. All right, cool. Right. Now most people are going to select that. So that class, that weapon, right? Or one of the two top classes, whatever. That weapon. Great. We now have a bigger problem than we already had when we didn't lock the weapons. When people are just trying to create the super class, like obviously gaming at this point is all about metas, right? Meta stuff just everywhere, YouTube videos, Reddit, etc. If we now make the meta not like which weapon is good or which class is good or which gadget is good, it's now just like which stuff is good and let's just throw it together. Oh great, now we're just basically back to having super soldiers. Which is a far bigger problem in my opinion.
We have taken objective Duff.
And at that point, you've created a different problem to one you already had, and it no longer really seems like Battlefield. That was an excellent life, wasn't it? I knew that guy to have a 3-bar. Yeah, a 3-bar connection. I knew it. I got hit when I was lying down, and then I died really quickly to him, and you think he would have died. Excellent. Anyway, thank you for the challenge there. I appreciate that, Doku. I hope you enjoyed it, mate. Sorry it was on a bad map with connection problems, mate, but we've got to work with what we've got at this point, haven't we? Thank you very, very much, my friend. What time is it? Right, we can do another round. If we get a challenge for it, I'll do it. Otherwise, I'll use my own gun. Try and keep you guys entertained with that. Let me update the percentage for the day as well. 20% of goal. Thank you, Doku and McGee. Appreciate it. So yeah, at this point, it's very evident which camp I'm in when it comes to that stuff. For anyone that wasn't here earlier, I do think the next game can be good either way, as long as the core of the game is solid. But I do think there is one very good option where this is concerned, and one questionable option. And I think when that's the case, you may as well go for the very obvious good option. Why take a risk when you can just pick the option that has already worked before and most people would be relatively happy with? Bad map and connection problems just define this game, as we've already discussed. Yeah, pretty much, mate. You are correct. Where was I up to? Here? You know, I might have already done all these. I can't actually remember. I might have done. Do some of this. Either way, how are you doing? Middling. Middling, Alex. Doing okay, man. Doing as well, you know, doing as well as I think could be hoped with, you know, the current landscape of things. Professionally. Are you doing alright, mate? You got a bit of rest now? After your busy week?
We have taken objective Ed.
Oh, these earphones are uncomfortable, mate.
Hedefi müdafaa edin.
Awesome. Good start. Today was stressful, it's coming to an end finally. Oh, dude. Okay, well, cool. I hope you can be a bit more relaxed now, man. I was not ready for that gunfight, dude. I did not expect him to be there that quickly at all. My bad. Put me off guard messing around with my my earphones. Thanks again for any fresh new subscribers or followers today, guys. Welcome to the community. Pleasure to have you. If you followed on any of the other... What? If you followed on any of the other platforms, thank you very much. And if you subscribed on YouTube, cheers. Thanks for getting a step closer to 83k. Our next little milestone. I was going to say, if I don't hit him at least once... I create an image in my head of what you look like based on your voice, on how close it would be. I think everyone kind of does that, right? But I've done that before with creators, but I realized that I didn't actually have a proper image of what I imagined. I just had like a vague concept, sort of. Like, I don't know how to put it. It wasn't like an image. It was like a... I don't know. I don't know how to put it. Like a feeling almost, or a... It definitely wasn't like a picture of a face. It's just like a general vague concept almost. Weird. I don't know the words to use for it, but I kind of know what you mean anyway. Use in ear or over the ear. In ear. So they're hurting me at the minute because I've done 21 days in a row. But generally I find this a lot more comfortable. Like over the ear, as in like headphones rather than earphones, I find wildly uncomfortable. I only use headphones now if I'm actively talking to someone while I'm playing. You know what, why not take it? What's up, Muffin? You having a good day, mate? Thanks for tuning in. Oh, good, Alex. No worries, dude. You have a good one, mate. I'll see you soon, man. Thanks for hanging out. All the best, mate. So I'm not a fan of spread. Your aim was on. Yeah, the thing is, I mean, I was using the gun at the wrong range. I'm just hoping I could plink him with a shot. You see, the problem there is, again, open to your own opinion, of course. The problem for me is, though, my aim was on there, right? So if I was able to hit him dead center because my aim was on, why wouldn't I just use the autoloading extended basically at all ranges for everything? And that's the problem you'll have. Oh, for God's sake. How have I must ask, how have I not landed any damage on the guy I was firing at, though, when I died to a flame trooper on the previous round from friggin' 9 continents away? Lack of consistency, my guys. Yeah, then you'll just get high ability players using the fast firing weapons that they can be accurate with and just spam people from all ranges, and it would really cut down on weapon diversity and also probably the overall experience of the game. Do you know what I mean? Anyway, Speedy wasn't what I was expecting. Then he posted a video of him slam dunking everything. Oh, dude, I remember. Yes, that was actually weirdly, that was the one I was thinking of. Strangely, that was the one I was thinking of. Probably because Speedy didn't have a face cam for so long and then he started doing it. So everyone got to see what he looked like. Maybe there's a lot of people in that boat with him. Fucking hell, mate. But anyway, we got 1 round on the winning team. We're back to it being a spawn trapper, everybody. Welcome to BF1. That's fair enough, Alex. No worries, mate. I hope he enjoys his present. Oh, it's just the same names, same clans, same disparity. Crazy, mate. Absolutely insane. The feeling of Groundhog Day is so strong. I see your point, but also why be punished for taking engagements at weird angles if you have the skills to do so? Because it kills weapon diversity and it ruins the experience for a lot of players. Because if you can, like, not everyone's going to do what I showcase, right? But it is possible to get to that level of ability for like a decent chunk of players. So if you open that up to people, especially people using mouse and keyboard if the game's got cross-platform, right? If you open it up to people that they can pick any gun, like this one that's not designed for range, but if you get someone that can do it, where they can see someone over there, especially with a mouse, and just go, the game suddenly is destroyed. Because range doesn't matter. You're just going to die from anywhere and everywhere all the time. Nowhere is safe. There's not really any opportunity to react to anything because you die so quickly because of the lack of spread. It just creates an even worse experience of spawn and die, or a horrible gameplay loop of just trying to run across the open and then getting picked off. We already have enough of that, as you can see. If that was just happening constantly from even further away, I feel like it'd just be horrible. I really do. I feel like it'd be terrible. I mean, we had that to some degree in at some points in BF5, and then I feel like at some points in 2042 because the guns are so easy to use, and it was pretty horrible, in my opinion. I feel like that was an opinion that was mirrored by a lot of other people as well. Anyway, that would be my explanation of it.
We have lost objective apples.
But again, welcome to your opinion, my dude. Different strokes for those different folks. But as someone that has, or at least has had, but I would hope still has, when the connection is good, the ability to utilize things in that way, I actively don't want it to be that way, because it's just, I just don't think it's good for the game.
Halfway there, the enemy has the upper hand.
I know they have the upper hand. I know they do, because again, unbalanced teams and spawn trap map, my god, you may as well not tell me. There we go, look at this, isn't this great? Oh my god, I wanna be on the next battlefield. Not playing this for 9 years. Yeah. If any of you guys are like Battlefield players that do go and play with a set clan all the time on these old Battlefields and just stomp every lobby over and over and over again, I gotta know, and your answer is fine either way, and there might not be anywhere here that applies to, but if there is it actually fun?
We have taken objective Edward.
Or is it a case of just having something to do whilst you sit and talk to your mates? Because I can't relate to it. I can't see how it's overly enjoyable. Just over and over and over again. But maybe I'm wrong. Everyone likes winning. Oh, of course, man, of course. Of course, but I just think it would get mundane. When the result is basically already preordained, and it's a 9-year-old game, and you're playing with 3, 4, 5, 6, however many squad mates, and just battering over and over again on this old-ass experience. Not you, I mean, just, you know, the royal you, or royal we, or whatever. But I just can't see where the fun is, mate. I really can't. But there's people that do it. Like, every day I see these clans doing it, so... must be something they're enjoying about it. But then take it a step further. The one I really don't understand is the people playing in these clans on these old-ass games every day for hours and then using Cronus or Zim to cheat as well. I just cannot understand. How has he got there? How is he there? I cannot understand how it is enjoyable for them, but, you know, I'm not them, right? I should get revived here, right? I can't see any reason why a medic wouldn't revive me here. Okay, that's cool.
Controls all objectives.
Some people like to win more than just enjoying things, maybe. Yeah, I guess so. I guess so. Even if it requires cheating or whatever, I guess. Oh, I mean, that's the whole thing with cheating anyway, right? Some people don't care about how they win, they just want to get the victory, even if it's meaningless. Are we really running past these, my guys? I feel like my team has absolutely no concept of how to play the game. This is pretty wild. And the enemy team is, like, full of long-term clan players and stuff. The disparity is ridiculous. Eyeing up a new PC, don't know whether to pull a trigger on it. Oh, dude. Well, if you get it, I hope you enjoy it, mate. I'm going to call it quits after this, everybody. I just can't stand any more BF1 today. I'll be back in tomorrow for day 22 in a row. You'll find me in basically the same mood, but you can't wait for that. Climb it, Flick. Come on, mate. Come on.
We have taken objective Duff.
Honest to God, thought I saw someone there.
Hedefi müdafaa ediyoruz. Bu yaraların tedavi edilmesi lazım. Biri beni tedavi etsin.
Bro, every angle under the sun, mate. Sup, Davey B? How you doing, man? Welcome to BF1, the ever wonderful experience. How's your day, mate? I'll do another round if David's here. We can't deprive David of some wonderful Battlefield 1, can we? We'll do one more. How's things, my guy? You feeling good? Happy weekend? I can't remember what day it was. Happy Saturday.
Düşman makinalı tüfeği o tarafta.
Got any plans for the weekend, David? Or done anything already? I feel like I'm already lying down and you can't see me there. And that's because he has 131 ping. Yeah, just staggering, really, isn't it? Staggering.
We are losing objective Duff.
Staggering. It's the only thing that matters at this point.
Makinalı tüfek. Düşman. Yaralarını tedavi etmemiz lazım.
Oh my god, they're just everywhere, mate. They're just everywhere. It's the same thing every day. It's the same every day.
The enemy controls.
I know they control all the objectives. I know. She keeps telling me. I know. I really do know. I'm fully aware. And if you don't switch things up, it will probably happen this round as well. Oh, hell yeah, David. Well, one, well done, mate. Good for you. And two, enjoy the food, dude. That's awesome. I would happily enjoy that myself right now, my friend. So, you have my jealousy. That's awesome, dude. Congrats on the finish, pal. Well done. That's a good way to spend a Saturday. It is quite a way to spend the Saturday, right? Excellent way. Right, one more, and I'll run away and do something that's not Battlefield 1. Oh, right. What joyous experience will befall us this time? Have a look. We'll lose. Pretty sure we'll lose. Pretty sure we'll lose. Hopefully I'm wrong. I did well, so I'm very pleased. Hell yeah, David, I'm pleased for you, man. What a champ, huh? This for you, David.
GG. Good game.
But by good game, instead imagine it said good run. It doesn't quite have the same ring, but it's the best I've got right now.
Don't let them take the objective.
We have taken objective Charlie.
Have you played Hogwarts game? No, I haven't. How's today going? It's, you know, BF1 being BF1. How are you, man? You having a good one, mate? Hey, we've got the C flag. Hold on. Hold on now. You got an opportunity to maybe win the round? What is this witchcraft? I'll get you, pal.
You're injured, I can help. Take that first aid.
I'm trying to heal. There we go.
We are losing objective Charlie.
Enemy medic sighted. Do you want me to patch your wounds?
A sentry kit is available near your location.
Alright, was the Chinese worth it, mate? What did you have? I love a Chinese. Big Chinese fan, mate. Die, mate. Jesus Christ, dude. What are we shooting at? Oh, we left a guy there. Oh, never trust. Never ever trust a blueberry. Oh, dude, there were no emojis. I didn't know it was there. Terrible work, guys. Terrible work. Emojis, everybody. Make up for it. David, thank you, man. I had no idea it was there. Under direct. Well done for saying something, mate. Thank you. Big love, David, please, everybody. Thank you, man. Let's go indeed, dude. Let's go indeed. Thanks, mate. Well, guys, big love for David for the support, and also big love for David. Big love for David, because I'm only doing this round because David showed up. Otherwise, you would be staring at a blank monitor or something right now. You probably wouldn't. You could watch something else, but you understand the point. Big love, David. Thank you, man. Appreciate it, mate. 'Cause 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 Thank you very, very much.
Over here. Take him out.
Anything? There we go. Thank you, Dave. That guy hit. I swear he's not looking. Whatever. We all know why. Thank you, David. That is a guy. Dude, that confused the hell out of me. I think you revived him. It was. What's your diet going to be like in Japan? I'm going to eat whatever I want. I'm restricting myself at the minute. I'm being very sensible. I've been very sensible for a while because I've been leaning back out or down again or whatever. Not a strict cut necessarily, but I've been, you know, quite sensible. And so I'm kind of overdue having something at the minute. But I'm not doing it. I'm holding out. 2 more weeks and I'll be in, or heading to Japan. 2 weeks today, I'll be heading to Japan tonight. Two weeks tonight. There we go. I'll be heading to Japan and I'll eat whatever I want while I'm there and just enjoy myself. So yeah, I'll just have whatever, mate. I was adjusting my headset, or my earphones rather. Aww. Next best thing online is it's a blank monitor. Dude, I have heard the blank monitors are great. Well, everybody, remember when I was like, oh, maybe we're getting lucky? No, I was right. A spawn trap is coming. It's just dumb, isn't it? It's stupid. Stupid, stupid, stupid. Stupid, stupid, stupid. Yeah, anyway, big love Dave for the dono and for another round being done because David exists. How is Emily's visit? She's still here. She is back in England now, David. She was in Dublin airport this morning waiting to get the flight back to England. From Ireland, for anyone who doesn't know where Dublin is. She's back in England now, but she is at her parents'. She's going to travel back to here. She's going to travel back home tomorrow. So I will find out tomorrow, mate. But I'm imagining she's had a very good time. She sent me some pictures of the food she's had. 1, it looks amazing. 2, you guys have insane portions. Like, good lord. You guys in the US have unbelievable portion sizes. But yeah, I'm imagining she's had a very good time, mate. Thank you, teammate. What the hell just happened? Alright.
Use that first aid. Watch out, enemy nearby. Machine gun over there. Spare ammo, anyone?
So I'll let you know, Dave. I'll let you know when I know, mate.
Keep this objective ours.
What class do you play the most in this game? English? I was going to say English. What? Medic. Medic class the most, but I use all of them. I don't know if that's going to be one of my questions for her, Dave. But yeah, the portions look insane from the pictures. The portions come at a price. Yeah, I bet. A physical price for sure, yeah. Looked enjoyable though. At least for a week. Look cool. I imagine the portions will be a lot smaller in Japan.
Defend our objective.
Worth it. I hunted. Being from southern US, it gets pretty easy to have huge portions become obese when the food is so good. Dude, I imagine so, mate. I imagine so. If that's just like the standard portion size when you go out, it's difficult not to like eat the whole thing. Because 1, it's good, and 2, you don't want to waste, you know, the money. So, I can imagine, dude. Not impossible, obviously, and, you know, everyone needs to have their own self-control, and, you know, your health is your responsibility, but I imagine it makes it extra difficult with that being the case. Alright, I keep scratching my face and stuff at exactly the wrong time. It's kind of insane. We have huge leftovers culture, though. As, like, just taking it home from the restaurant, you mean? Damn it. Oh, I mean, that's good. Yeah. That's good. We do, you know, we can do that here, but I would say it's not like a super common thing.
Are you hurt? I'll patch you up.
I'm a little, honestly, well, I was going to say I'm a little surprised by the portion sizes in the US, considering everything is about maximizing profits. But if that's just like the standard price, the standard size that is expected, then it makes sense that it's the case, right? I want to watch this for a second. Hold on, bear with.
We are losing objective butter.
I don't know for sure. I'm making sure I don't accuse people now unless like I'm absolutely certain. So I don't know for sure, but it wouldn't surprise me if that is a sim. I could be wrong, but it wouldn't surprise me looking at that. I tried to jump shot there, and you can't do that in this game. Oh, there's too many. Well, we had hope at the very start of the round that it wouldn't be a walkover, but my prediction now seems to be pretty accurate. See, I think that's a problem. I think that's a problem, that I can look at the lobby at the start of the round and go, all right, I think that team's going to win, and be right most of the time. Especially when a lot of the time it's me saying the enemy team's going to win, because it's just that skill balancing system thing. I would say that's indicative of a very flawed system. Because if it was actually balancing, it shouldn't be possible to state which team's going to win with any kind of certainty, right?
Are you hurt? I'll patch you up. Throwing smoke grenade. I can patch your wounds.
Thank you, teammate. Ah, dear. Well, you get what you get in this game at this point, don't you? I'm just looking for the guy that killed me beforehand, because I think it was laggy. Give me a second. He had Gent as the clan tag. Yeah. 2 or 3 bar connection. See? He killed me around the corner, my guys. Constant battle. Constant battle.
Be protected.
Absolutely constant battle. Oh, I can't wait to go and eat something. Oh, I'm also, of course, need to feed my cats, don't I? They will not be happy right now.
We are losing objective Apple.
I wonder who holds the record for the longest consecutive stream days. I don't know. I bet it's crazy, though. I bet it's an unbelievable number. A very unhealthy number.
There's a shock trooper.
We have an armored train en route.
For you, first aid.
You got 3 Bengals. That's awesome, dude. That's really cool. Really, really cool, mate.
Gotta capture the objective.
Our armored train has arrived.
You see, there, medic.
We got smashed. Go on and take me on a trip. We're going on a trip to probably die.
We lost objective apples.
Nope. We're stopping here apparently. Oh, come in, my boy. We ordered death, I believe. Yes, you did. Death delivered. You're welcome. Apparently someone named Emily CC holds the record at 1,104 days.
We have taken
Why? I mean, you know, I'm not here. What the frick, dude? I'm not here to tell someone how to live their life, obviously. But I mean, I feel like I don't have a life. How are you going to stream for 3 years? Like, every day in a row? Like, what is that existence like? She better be making an absolute boatload of money, right? Otherwise, God. Unless she just, you know, obviously unless she just really enjoys it, it doesn't feel like work to her at all. Or it's some form of, I don't know, escape for her or something. Yeah, who am I to say whether it's a good thing or not? It just seems kind of wild, right? That's a lot. That's a lot.
You're injured, I can help.
Like, I've streamed a hell of a lot over the past 4 or 5 years, but I have a day here and there where, you know, I'm not on stream, whether it be enforced or otherwise. To just go like 3 years or so every day, even if it's only briefly, like, that's pretty staggering. I didn't expect the number to be that big. Is she on the streak now, do we know? Or is that just like the longest streak that she had?
Watch out, enemy nearby.
I feel like I'm shooting should have died before I died. A last ditch's life. That's awesome under direct. That's great, mate. That sounds so cool, dude.
We have taken objective Edward.
Where do you get hold of them from, mate? I've taken to doing this whenever I'm playing these want guys now. I just watch it in the death cam, the movement. I think it was these guys. Someone, a couple of people have come to me now and said that they do use. Again, I'm just saying what I was told. I don't know for sure, but saying they do use Zim and/or Cronus. So I'm always really suspicious now.
Objective 4.
Unfortunately, I'm suspicious of all the clans at this point because the usage of Cronus and Zim is so prevalent amongst those players now. It definitely kind of spoils things, mate. But I don't know for sure if they do, obviously. I'm not saying that any individual definitely does. But it's pretty certain that some of them do. And it's a bit lame. And by that, I mean very lame. You back you took a nap. Dude, you're here just in time for the end of the stream. Your burger was amazing. What was in the burger, David? Can you tell me what the aspects of the burger were?
Capture the objective.
Never had Shake Shack.
Fix your wounds.
Don't know if we have it, honestly.
Your wounds, I can fix them. You need ammo. Let me patch your wounds.
Oh, all right. Hi, Yassine. Hello, mate. How are you? We're just finishing up, pal, just so you know. Oh, you gotta go, David. David. God, David, thank you for the support, my guy. I'll catch you soon, man. I'm glad you enjoyed your burger. I'll catch you next time.
First aid board.
All the best, my friend. Look after yourself, dude. Big love for David, please, everybody. Our... not quite. Second king of the stream. Second chief stream power of the day. Deputy? What could I have done that maybe deputy would have worked? Anyway, thanks, Dave. What? 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 I think everything being equal, that guy dies in that circumstance. His ping's fine. Oh, it's just strange. Very odd. Don't do it! I'm just a young boy that deserves to live. Thanks.
I'll fix those wounds. There, first aid for you.
Oh, you take them with you, do you, Under? Do you mean?
Take an objective butter.
On trips and things? Oh, no. Oh, yes.
I'll deal with those wounds if you like.
Stream sheriff for David. Yeah, we can go with that. I ran into my teammate there, didn't I? We could go with that, mate. Sure. Wait, did David dono again? I didn't know. I didn't know. Where's the emojis, guys? What the emojis up? God damn it. Thank you, David. I hope he's still here. Thank you, Dave. I didn't know it was there, man. I just looked at the mini feed now and was like, I thought the mini feed had crashed because it was the same amount, but it said 1 minute ago. I was like, well, that's not right. Emojis. If you know your emojis, I don't know there's been support. Thank you, David. What a guy. Big love, Dave. I hope he, mate, if he's gone, he just went with me not acknowledging it at all. What do you think about BF6 getting more into competitive scene? What's the latest leaks? 8v8 domination mode looks like playing COD multiplayer. I don't engage with the leaks, so I'm not talking about anything until there's official information, mate. But welcome to the Twitch stream, dude. I'm actually just finishing now, just so you're aware. But thanks for coming and saying hello, my guy. I will be talking about the new Battlefield when I think the time is right. I'm not one of those people that's going to get involved with the leaks. I just think it's slop. I think it's garbage slop content, and also think that going into in-depth discussion about leaks when it's not finalized is not a great use of time, personally. You guys talk about it as much as you want, but as a content creator, I think it's just, you're more likely to provide false expectations or mislead people or cause damage detrimental to the game itself. So I will talk about it when the time is right. So feel free to come and chat to me when we've got more official information if you like, my dude. And thanks for coming and saying hi. No, you're all good, Doku. No, dude, I thought it was the same one. That's immense. That is immense. Thank you. Let me quickly update the percentage before I run off. I will try and find someone to raid on both YouTube and Twitch. Bear with me. David actually did end up King of Stream Chief and Power of the Day. I just didn't realize it at the time. What a guy. 55%. That's not bad for a little stream, is it? Thank you. Doku, McGee, and David, I believe, if I remember correctly. I'm not looking at my mini feed right now. I'm updating the percentage. Thank you also for any fresh new subscriptions and follows today. Welcome to the community. Here you go.
Welcome to the community. You just got 10% cooler for life. Yeah.
As ever, please be very, very, very responsible with your 10% cool buff for life. It is very powerful. Use it reasonably. Let's see who we can redirect you to on YouTube. Max is doing an 8-hour stream on Delta Force. Well, that's brave. We'll send you over there, see how long he's got left. And Twitch, I'll sort you out in a minute if there's anyone around there. There's a handful of people. We'll sort that. All right, guys. Thank you for hanging out. I'll see you soon. I will probably be back tomorrow. If not, then I'll see you Monday, but I probably will be here tomorrow. Oh, what did you say? Is there a way to get that variant now? I think McGee said yesterday, they Googled it and they said if you get EA Play maybe or something, you get it, the pre-order weapons. Maybe that. Google it just to be sure. They're like Barmouth Beach in North Wales and Port Maddox. That's awesome. That's great, man. Come and tell me about your cats again sometime. I enjoy enjoy cats, mate. All right, guys. You guys are great. I'll see you soon. All right. I'll see you tomorrow or Monday or whatever. See you next time. Bye-bye. Like and subscribe. Peace. That's Dame's outro, I think, isn't it? Who knows? Bye, guys.